Welcome back to the Skidmore Family Farm. Today we're going to do an update on the basement grow room. If you remember from the past videos, we did a little series starting back at the first of the year. Maybe, it might have been even in 2018, December. I can't remember, I'd have to look back when we actually started that, but we had our first go round with some lettuce and like carrot greens and all that stuff, and that was prior to us upgrading the lights. We have a total of 4 lights, and we're up to almost, I think, 15,000 lumens. We have this is an emergency blanket for like camping if you were to get wet, and this is just something you can throw in like a backpack or even in your back pocket. It folds up into, this is what it came in. There's 2 put together end to end, and then I've kind of taped them together. This is the seam in the middle, but you can get these for a couple bucks, and it's reflective, and you can just wrap up in it if you were to get wet or some sort of emergency situation, if you're hiking and you get lost. And this is something you can throw in your backpack if you're not actually camping, just for an emergency situation. But it's reflective, so I wrapped it around the lights, and that keeps all the lights, the lighting trapped. Basically, it reflects it back onto the plants. Prior to putting this on there, the light kind of escaped out this way, and you can see it. I mean, if I turn these overhead lights off and this wasn't on there, it lights up the whole basement pretty much. But if you cover it up, it's just kind of like a night light being on. So I think it works. The fact that the sprouts closest to the foil aren't growing towards the light tells me that the light is reflecting back, because the plants will automatically grow towards the light. But even the lights on the outside edge, they're all growing straight up, instead of these on the edge should be growing towards the light, and they are a little bit, but nothing like in the original videos that we did. The plants were just racing towards the light, and we've also, to help prevent that, we've added a fan to strengthen the stems on the seedlings. But let's head upstairs. I planted them early. The weather wasn't really appropriate outside. It was still too cold, and I should have moved them to the window sooner, and just lots of things could have done differently. But okay, we're outside, and as you can see, these are the different types of loose leaf lettuce and mesclun that I planted way back in January, and it's actually taken off. These are some of the smaller ones. These right here are still kind of struggling, but the broccoli plants I don't think are really going to make it. The bok choy, you can see, has really taken off, and I've eaten some of the leaves already, and it was pretty tasty. It's the baby choy. I don't think they'll get a whole lot taller than that. From what I've seen, I think like 6 to 8 inches tall is normal. They'll fill out a little bit more, get more leaves and stuff. But I could eat, basically, if you pull from the outside leaves, you can just harvest the like say this one and this one and this one and this one, and then leave the center one, and it will stay alive. Or I could just let them get the full grown, and then just cut the whole thing off and harvest it. But you can harvest just partially and then let them continue to grow just like lettuce. But these trays down here are doing pretty good. We've got some like I said, the mesclun, the red, and the loose leaf, some arugula, some more loose leaf. I don't remember, red velvet, I think. Yeah, red velvet. So this stuff's doing pretty good out here. This is what was left from the original basement grow room, where we had just the 2 small lights. We didn't have hardly any lighting, but these did make it through. And now that we've upgraded the lighting, which you saw just a little bit ago, we're doing really good. And now I'll take you out to see we've got a bunch of flowers coming up here. We're having a cold spell right now. I think a lot of the Midwest and out west has had a cold spell. I mean, it's not freezing. I'm in shorts and t-shirt, but I'm thinking about covering these in plastic and bringing out my little electric heater and get it to where it'll stay around 70 in there. Just build like a little small tunnel for them, and see if I can't get these going, because I would like to be able to start selling them in the next 2 weeks. And I think if I could get 2 weeks of non-stop 70-degree days, even if it's overcast out, I think the heat itself is what the tomato plants really need the most of right now when they're little, to get them really going. And I mean, they've been hardened off, so they're not dying or anything like that. They're all still like, let me see, I have the most of the beefsteak tomatoes, which is these. And if you look, I planted them so that the leaves were pretty much touching the ground, and they've already grown another inch or more out from the ground. If you look, you can see that the leaves aren't touching the ground anymore. From what I gather, that's the best way to do it. It causes the roots to expand out more from the stem. Since they're a vining fruit, the roots will just come off of the stem if they're underground, just like how they'll vine up and split off into go different ways or whatever. When they're above ground, when they start getting larger, they vine out. You get the little suckers coming off of them. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think, and then I've got a couple of different varieties still left inside. We've got about almost 10 different varieties. That wraps up another Skidmore Family Farm video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up to like the video, and hit the bell to get all our new notifications, new videos. When you hit the bell, you will receive almost instantly every new video that we put out. Thanks for watching.